Don't ever forget, wherever you go, I'm always with you.
My strength returns.
As wholesome of a franchise as Kingdom Hearts is overall, with the Disney element in it, the series certainly does not shy away from the more disconcerting aspects within the type of universe it's set in, not just in gameplay, but also story. So I found a few moments I thought were interesting enough to analyze. Moments that I don't see discussed too often. Some of these examples may not seem off at first glance, but they'll start to get provocative the more we delve into why. While the real Castle Oblivion is ominous conceptually, its data counterpart encoded on a visual level brings a slightly more uneasy presence to it. Specifically, each world room Data Sora visits, and the inhabitants he meets, best explained by Data Roxas.
They won't be able to make the distinction between what's real and what's not. They'll look at the white walls of this castle, and what they'll see are the worlds they call home. Anyway, the truth would be wasted on them, so why bother? They're only there until they're not.
In Chain of Memories, each room Sora visits with a world card becomes a full-on world, so it's more believable to see through the point of view of the illusions he interacts with. The Data Castle, however, has each room just be a relatively big room with images of certain worlds plastered all over the walls. And it's really off-putting to see all these illusions stand in one spot and actually think they're in a full world. At best, this type of setting is lazy. At worst, it's just downright distracting to look at. When you think about it, the sleeping worlds all give off an eerie vibe. These are worlds that inexplicably weren't fully recovered after the restoration of all the rest at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. While left in a sleeping state, these worlds dream about past events before their destruction, played on loop until they can be awakened. And each world's inhabitants are merely dream figments of the past. That in itself is unsettling, although dreams by definition are unsettling, so imagine being in a dream where you're all alone. That being said, what really seals it is the emptiness after their restoration. You can revisit these worlds, but you'll find them completely barren, with the exception of the Dream Eaters. Now, Kingdom Hearts has always had an NPC problem. The first game had it bad, 2 did a little better, and 3 fixed this problem. But I would say that Birth by Sleep is a close second to Dream Drop Distance, because the only NPCs you find in certain worlds are the main or supporting characters. In Dream Drop Distance, you'll only get to see one main character in certain worlds, but only once and during story mode. But going forward with Dream Drop Distance, when either Sora or Riku visits the Fountain Plaza in Traverse Town after story completion, Julius, from Runaway Brain, just suddenly rises out of the sewer grate and attacks them. Then when he's defeated, he just scrambles back into the sewer, never to be seen again.
What was that about?
I agree, what was that about? That's what's so alarming. It's not so much because Julius is a big, hulking beast that just suddenly appears with intent to kill you, but that he's a big, hulking beast that just suddenly appears with intent to kill you, and we never learn why. I mean, he is a Frankenstein monster who acts on instinct. You can say he doesn't really need a reason to kill anyone. but that still doesn't explain him being here story-wise. The purpose of a secret Kingdom Hearts boss has always been that their presence usually hints at something greater for future stories. But this is presumably the one time we'll ever see Julius, cause he's never even referenced again. No one brings him up. He just comes off as this random occurrence right out of thin air. And I say right out of thin air because look closely at the manhole cover as Sora or Riku walks over it. You see a flash of red light, implying that he materialized inside the sewer before coming out. Maybe in future games they'll give him a purpose or an explanation for his appearance, but for right now, having to fight him in the first place will just leave you baffled.
Keep up, motherfucker!
YouTuber Shady Riku made a video analyzing every alternate cutscene players can get if they do certain worlds out of order. But the ones that stuck out to me the most are the alternate cutscenes of Monstro. If you complete Neverland before exploring Monstro, the interactions between Sora and Riku will play out differently. Here's a little refresher. In the default cutscenes we're all familiar with, Sora first encounters Riku inside the well and is confused and annoyed, asking about Kairi and why Riku being a jackass. Next, Riku has a short conversation with Maleficent and a confrontation with Sora, before aiding him in saving Pinocchio from the parasite cage. Afterward, he antagonizes Geppetto over kidnapping his son. Then prior to the second battle with Parasite Cage, Riku tries coercing Sora into joining the dark side, but Sora gives a speech about listening to your conscience before Riku departs. However, the alternate cutscenes leave an even more uncomfortable atmosphere between the two boys. In this version, after Riku taunts Sora upon their first encounter, instead of demanding an explanation, Sora has a more tentative and somber reaction, questioning if the person in front of him really is Riku. And for the rest of the visit, he doesn't interact with Riku again until the second Parasite Cage fight. There's no conversation between him and Maleficent. He's not around to fight alongside Sora to save Pinocchio. He says nothing to Geppetto as he pleads for his son and just walks away. And when the two boys finally do interact again...
Wait! What are you...
What? You don't remember your best friend?
Liar! You're not Riku!
There is also this misconception that if you explore Monstro after completing the second visit to Hollow Bastion, it'll trigger new alternate cutscenes where Riku is fully possessed by Ansem at that point. But I can already debunk that rumor right now, because I actually tried that and just got the same alternate cutscenes. Nonetheless, the unsettledness comes from Riku's descent into darkness being much more apparent this way. There's a reason why the Dark Realm is the equivalent of hell in the Kingdom Hearts universe. It's not just home to the pure-blooded Heartless, but the world itself is magical, sentient, and evil enough to psychologically wear down anyone who gets stuck there without proper gear to protect them. And a fragmentary passage does a damn good job of making the player feel as hopeless and alone as Aqua. We see in this game that when a world gets destroyed, the Dark Realm takes its remnants and warps them into something you'd expect to be straight out of Purgatory. But out of the 3 worlds Aqua visits, Dwarf Woodlands nails it on every level. All thanks to the realm's use of mirrors. In the horror genre, mirrors are often used for one creepy concept or another. Two good examples are mirrors being used as a portal to a different realm, usually an unliving one. They're also used to reveal inner parts of ourselves that we don't like. This example isn't always used in the horror genre, but when it is, it's visually effective. What the Realm of Darkness does with both tropes is create a world within the mirror out of the remnants of Dwarf Woodlands. Notably, the Warping Stones room is the most upsetting to visit, made from the remnants of presumably the mine entrance. In order to get back out, Aqua must materialize moving platforms out of each mirror she encounters to get to the last one. And all the while she must bypass falling down the black void, or else hear the haunting taunts of Phantom Aqua. Speaking of Phantom Aqua, the realm takes the second trope and dials it up to 11, by creating a living reflection entirely out of a person's insecurities, and weaponizing them in pursuit of mentally and physically breaking them. With all of this going on, it doesn't even matter that time doesn't exist in the Dark Realm, as this place takes every moment to rob you of your sense of self. It's amazing that in Remind, Aqua is so willing to go back at all, as this kind of experience would put any other person in many years of therapy.
Many fucking years of therapy.